Hi guys, so today I'm going to be talking about a very important topic, and that is hamsters' diets. A lot of hamster YouTubers say that they can't share their diet because it's only for their hamster, and while that is true, I feel like a lot of people just don't get enough information on diets, so I'm going to be talking about that today. I want you guys to keep in mind I personally have a Russian Cable's dwarf hamster that is prone to diabetes because of her species, and this diet suits her. It might not suit your hamster, but this is what I feel is best for my hamster personally. Also, I just want to say one thing. If you hear any background noises, it's because Chip actually is awake and she's over there by her moss digging, and I don't know why she's awake because it's 9:30 in the morning, but she sometimes does that, so if you hear any weird noises, it's her. Okay, so let's get started with her diet. So her main mix is actually Higgins Sunburst, which is in this big Tupperware, and I mix that with the Missouri Rat and Mouse blocks. The only reason why I choose this food is not because I personally think it's like the best food ever. There are definitely way better foods, but you can't access them, especially in the United States. So if I lived somewhere else, this would probably not be her diet. If I lived in Germany, her diet would be 600 times better, but this is the best I could do, especially when I add all of her supplements. So this is what the food looks like. I also want to mention that I mix it with mealworms and dried chicken cat treats. That is because hamsters are actually omnivores. Despite what a lot of pet stores say that they're herbivores, they are not at all. They are found to eat small mammals and insects in the wild. So the only reason why I think that the Higgins Sunburst is the best food you can possibly get in the United States without having to order something from really far away is because of the really high variety, and it doesn't have many additives in it. Additives are something you never want in your food because in Germany they actually believe that the food should solely just be herbs, dry vegetables, and seeds. So this is what the dried chicken looks like. And then here are the Missouri Rat and Mouse blocks. She is a dwarf hamster, so I break these up into thirds so she can actually pouch them. Now on its own, yes, you could feed that on its own, but I feel there are a few other things that I personalize to her that it needs to be added into her diet. So the first thing is treats. You should always give your hamster treats because they're the best and you need to treat them. And then also peanuts are really good for them. I feed these every other time I feed her. And then when I don't feed her a peanut, I will most likely feed her a walnut. I personally do not have any that are in shell, but I do have just some walnuts you get from the grocery store. Make sure they are not salted because salt is not something that should be in their diet. So next thing is, and I wanted to show you guys where I get my mealworms. They're from Petco and they look like this. Pretty much any brand will work as long as they don't have any added calcium. So the next thing is oats. Oats are really good for hamsters actually. A lot of people think that they're not good for them. I don't know why, but yeah. You can make a small batch of oatmeal for your hamster, or I just give her 2 to 3 of the little oats. Next thing is flax seeds. These are really good for hamsters, but they need to be fed in moderation always. So I feed about 2 of them every time or every other time I feed her. And never feed your hamster every 2 days because your hamster will become a picky eater. And my hamster, she does pretty much finish her bowl after 1 day, but I also scatter feed her. So I mostly scatter feed her and then I put a little bit in her bowl to make sure she always has food. The next thing is quinoa. I actually never knew that hamsters could have quinoa, but I recently found out that they could, so I just give her 2 of the little quinoa pieces. Just like flax seeds, they need to be fed in major moderation. This is because they soak up water and they can be very dangerous to your hamster if you feed them every time that you feed your hamster. So I personally give about 2 or 3 every other time I feed her. What I'm going to show you next is her sprays and herbs. I feel that this is a very important thing that should be in your hamster's diet. It's really good for them and it just boosts up their immune system. Personally, right now I do not have a lot of herbs, but for my birthday I'm going to get a lot more. Personally, I only have 3 right now. I have cornflowers, rosebuds, and sunflower petals. So I actually need to make more because I'm really running low, but this is what they look like, and they smell really good, and my hamster personally loves them, and they're really good for them. Now I have oat sprays. Oat sprays are really good for them, and it promotes foraging. and also natural behaviors. Now, millet sprays, Chip's favorite. She absolutely is obsessed with these, and I think that they're really good for them too. I would also want to mention for sprays, I would like refill them after they've eaten all of them about every 2 weeks, just because you don't want to do it too much, because you don't want them only like solely eating sprays. Now, her last spray that I have are wheat sprays. These are really good, and Chip is obsessed with these also. I also want to mention, if you live in Germany or I believe Norway, you can get a lot more sprays because you can order from places like Zooplus and a bunch of other Germany-based stores, like online stores. And the last thing is a treat that I don't feed a lot. I feed it only once a month. And this is just dried banana. I feed these mostly to my guinea pig because they are very high in sugar. So you don't want to be feeding them, especially to a dwarf, all the time. I almost forgot, but I also feed her Whimsies. These are just a really good treat to give, and they're also a chew toy. So I give one a month because you don't want to be feeding it too much, because they honestly take like her probably a month to finish it because they are very hard. I'll show you one of them. So you're not going to get through this very easily. So they're a really good treat to give, especially I feel like they work as a boredom breaker, honestly, because they're just really good for them, and the ingredients are very low. You can also give your hamster a variety of other things, but the next topic is going to be vegetables. So I feed my hamster vegetables and sometimes fruits every 2 days, which is when I feed her also. Vegetables should be fed at least 3 times a week to a hamster because they are really good for them and they're really high in nutrients. They also give your hamster a lot more variety into their diet. So I just took the top off of Chip's cage, and now I'm going to show you guys how I feed her. This video helps a lot of you guys figure out what you want to do for your hamster's diet. I'm not saying my diet is perfect, I'm always improving it, but I find that this is what works for her currently. I also wanted to mention she also does drink out of a water bowl, not a water bottle, because it is way more natural and she loves the water bowl. So yeah, I hope this video helps a lot of you guys out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!